which team that'll be as we are underway in the AFC title game. This is taken at his 4. And not a bad return. Here he gets it out to the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
Here we go! 10 Lobo.
54. 6-man.
Hey! Wahoo!
Check curls. Mike 52.
On first down, Costello. Blitz coming, and down he goes. A bad start there. A big loss on their first play from scrimmage. It's second down. Looking to throw. Costello going top shelf for Smith-Schuster. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. So we race the flag. They decline it.
And did they use the big eraser, or was that the one at the end of the number 2 pencil?
Well, I was thinking the 2x2-inch ones that you can buy and use in addition to the pencil.
And those last forever.
A long time.
No doubt.
So following the holding call, what can they do here on 3rd and long? Back to throw. Costello. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. On 4th down, Matt Hawk to punt it away. Oh, this is off the side of his foot. And where did this one go out? Not good. Let's see. They're going to say inside the 35-yard line. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Hey, got tight left. 3 down. Hey, check. 3 down.
Hey. Go!
47. Check. 47. Let's go. Kill. And turn it out.
Hey, Sam on! Go!
Showing up. Check 13. Check 13.
5.
Sony Michel, his first carry. And he struggles to get a yard here, maybe a yard, down to the 31.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
On 2nd down, Michel. And he'll get about 3 as he's brought down to the 28.
I think that's the type of run we'll continue to see throughout this game. The snow coming down, I don't expect a lot of big plays to be broken.
They haven't made much of this great starting field position they had. Here's 3rd and 6. On 3rd down, Stidham. And that is incomplete. Great coverage there all around. Really didn't have many options to throw the football.
Very little chance that that one was going to be completed. Every receiver was locked up.
And that hits the crossbar and comes back, and it's no good. And by just a whisker, this remains a scoreless game. Well, he had that one on target. That's half the battle. The other half of the battle, however, is distance.
And he nearly had that, too. But it was the crossbar that said otherwise, and that'll deny him a shot at 3.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And the first drive, 3 and out. Second possession, see if they can get a little momentum.
And oftentimes that first drive is just a feeling out process. You have some plays that you've got called, and you want to see how defense reacts. It may not go terrific on the first one. Now they're ready to go. They've kind of got to look at them, got a sense. Let's see if they open things up a little bit.
See if they open things up. Let's see what the defense does here, too, after a good stop. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35.
I got it. Mike's 54.
Hey, lock it.
54.
To throw again. Costello going top shelf for Smith-Schuster. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
A lot of contact there, but there was no way it appeared that he was going to get a flag on that one. Looking for it, but he wasn't going to get it. And as an ex-defensive back, you love it when they let you play and jostle downfield.
The threat of a second straight punt to start the game is looming as they come up 3rd and 10. Looking downfield for Jones. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty. And it's 4th down.
I think the punter might start to get into a pretty good rhythm here if he keeps getting opportunities. But that's the last thing his team wants to have happen, right? The last thing you want to see is your punter feeling pretty good because he's out there all the time.
First quarter only, but they're 0 for 2 on 3rd down conversions to start this thing. Good blocking there, nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And the Patriots take over.
On the ready.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. And they were in field goal range last time out, but couldn't connect.
And it's early in the game, so I don't think that the confidence just goes entirely out of, running your kicker back out there. But let's face it, some coaches have a little bit less patience for that than others. Let's see if they call the game differently now in terms of what they do on drives and not try and settle for field goals.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Look at me. Go.
They go play action now. Stidham hit, and he lost it.
On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Stidham. And that will be incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. A 45-yard punt, 4 there on the return. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And this is their 3rd drive. Right now, maybe not about points, just about getting something. They haven't gotten a first down yet in this game.
It's a mental barrier you don't think about until you go a couple of drives without getting a first down. Then all of a sudden it looms big. It gets harder and harder to actually attain that first down.
So finally completes his first pass. Credit the defense, though. They've been showing him some different looks, keeping him off balance.
Yeah, I like the observation that you had there, because when you give him different looks, and you give any quarterback different looks, it takes just a little bit longer to process sometimes, and you don't throw the ball with the same confidence. You're not sure that that's where you should go with the football, and that's worked for the defense early in this game, and now he's got his first completion.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Carl Joseph. And a huge return as he'll take this one all the way down inside the 30-yard line. Johnson, the intended target.
And this might not be the last interception we see, Brandon. Both of these teams like to throw the football, but here in this snow, Ball's not going to always go where you want it to. And this one winds up getting intercepted.
Now Michelle. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. That'll be a New England first down, a gain of 12.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it'll be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. Tackled there by Alex Anzalone.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
On second down, Michelle. And here he'll get it down to the 7. It's a 5-yard gain, but they'll still be a yard short here with third down now looming.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
30 base.
They'll try and run for it. Here's Michelle. And he's able to pick up the first before he's brought down inside the 5 at the 4. And they got 3 yards. That's enough. A conversion, and now it's first and goal. It's first and goal. A chance for the first points of this AFC title bout. Trying to pound it in here with Michelle. And he's over the line and into the end zone for a Patriot score. Taking it in from 4 yards out as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. In a game of this magnitude, it's always good to get out to a great start, but a game of this magnitude, you go up early, that's a big deal.
It's a huge deal. Psychologically, you now have the advantage as well as on the scoreboard. And also, it's a settling effect for your team. You're in it now. You've got the lead. Let's just go play some more ball.
Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. This is taken at the 3. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. They trail early on in this Super Bowl as they come up first and 10. Try to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Going top shelf for Smith-Schuster. And that'll wind up incomplete. Try to give his man room to run under it, but it's second down. So now they'll come up on second and 10, once again from the 28. Throwing again. Costello. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, third down. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a third and 10.
Let's make these babies cry.
Looking to throw. Costello. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Costello's pass, incomplete. Intended for Juju.
Here's Matt Hawk now as he's on to punt for Pittsburgh. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. He'll return it from the 6. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. The Pats at the line, ready to go. Things progressing to plan so far. Their defense has been solid, and they've got themselves a 7-0 lead after the touchdown the last time they had the ball.
And this is no time to even think about, hey, are we going to milk the clock? Hey, are we just going to do ball control? This is the NFL. 7-0 leads, they don't last very long unless you continue to push the envelope on offense.
Keeping it on the ground on first, Michelle. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
Brings up second and 12 at the 26-yard line.
Ready? 60 or. Rock it.
Watch the ship.
Big rip.
Off the play fake. Here's Stidham. He's going to air it out for Dorsett. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a third down.
I remember Philip Dorsett coming out of the University of Miami ready to hit the league. All we talked about was speed. Just throw it to him, and you've got a great chance at a completion, but not that time.
Not that time. They tried a deep downfield with his speed, but incomplete.
I can't believe they let you play. I can't believe they even let you play.
Hey, exit.
47's the mic, boys. 47. Check. 47.
Five.
Stidham, third down from the gun. Eluding the pressure right. He may try and run for this. 5 yards that time out of the scramble. But now they're looking at a fourth down situation.
And, partner, I would guess that in his headset he was hearing from his coach, it's third down, don't take a sack. And in this case, he's able to avoid the pressure and get out of there. He doesn't get the first down, but he does turn a possible loss into positive yardage.
This is taken at the 15. 12 yards on the return that time. And that will come the offense as they take over. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. It hasn't gone particularly well for them. That's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question, isn't it? And to me, finding a way to make sure your playmakers touch the ball without it being too exotic. Meaning you don't have to go deep down the field. Maybe you hit them on those short passes on the perimeter. Make sure you just turn around and hand it to your best runner and get out of the way. Don't cause any extra.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 48. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he will score. Touchdown, Patriots. Fairbairn now to add the extra point. And it's good to make it 14-0.
Makes the score Patriots 14, Steelers 0.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay.
Got it.
From the 21, it's 2nd and 10.
Check tight.
Ready.
To throw again. Costello. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. So the contact came before the ball got there, and the flag is thrown.
Timing is everything, isn't it? And it's so hard to cover these great receivers. They have such great body control, and they can fake you out. In this case, as you described, got there before the ball got to the receiver.
And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by J.C. Jackson. And they are going to take over right there at the 22-yard line.
At their own 22-yard line.
Let's go.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here, that could really put them in command before intermission.
And it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But this is the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So how have we seen them combat it? Continue to run your offense, but don't back off at all. Don't start looking at the clock. Don't start thinking about, hey, just take care of the football. Keep attacking. Usually the best way to maintain control.
A throw complete to Dorsett, and he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. It'll be a Patriot first down on a pickup of 16. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They'll run it. This is Michel. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Now a quick throw as that's complete on the hitch route. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down.
Well, as this game continues to evolve in the NFL, you know how much coaches love run after catch, but you know what they love even more? Completions.
Yeah, just holding on to the ball.
Catch it, cover it, tuck it away. Whatever you get after that is almost gravy. That's how a lot of these receivers are being taught now.
New England on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. And he will not only not get the yard he needed, he goes the wrong direction. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th. AFC title game, 2nd quarter action, 2 minutes to play. A reminder, as we've done all year, we'll send you to Orlando for our EA Sports halftime report in a bit. The coach is with us per usual as we start to look ahead, Charles, to our potential matchups in this year's Super Bowl.
Break it down, Coach. Break it down.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10. At their own 20-yard line.
Let's go now.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness. Maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20.
Go, go. Go, go.
Throwing again. Costello going top shelf for Smith-Schuster. And that is caught one-handed. Oh, my, he pulled it in. A big play that time for Pittsburgh. 52 yards. So that changes things in a big way. Now from all the way down inside the 30, here's 1st and 10. Going for it all. Oh, he had 6 points in his hands there. Couldn't hang on. 2nd down.
This team is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. They came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28. 2nd and 10. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. These playoff games have a tendency to be tight. You have to wonder if that missed field goal could haunt him later.
Yeah, we're always looking for the key plays, right? The ones that we're going to magnify. Usually those happen in the second half or later in the game. this might be the key play of the game showing up here in the first half.
It's a foot race. He's at the 50, the 30, 10, and all the way in. Touchdown, New England. Sony Michel with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Patriots, they add on to their lead. The point after, no gimme in the snow, but it's up and good. And it's now 21-0. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
At their own 26-yard line.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Not wanting to take a chance this time, they'll keep it on the ground. And room to run as he's up past the 35-yard line. And unless this is a quick incompletion, this is likely the last play here of this first half. Back to throw. Costello. Oh, they would have gotten the conversion if he could hold on. Instead, the drop means it'll be 4th down. So we come upon halftime in the AFC title game as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, one more half to decide who takes home the Lamar Hunt Trophy as we're back underway in this AFC Championship. A very interesting call and one that backfires. I know they're losing, Charles, but boy, to start the second half with the onside kick, risky.
Felt like a sense of urgency from their side, coupled with, you and I both know the special teams coordinators, they sell their key plays each and every week to the head coach, don't they?
The ball comes out, but this will fortunately wind up out of bounds.
I don't know about you, but I could hear and feel the sigh of relief all the way up here in our booth.
That was palpable. The sideline, the friend there.
No doubt about it. Ball goes over the sideline, able to retain possession, no turnover. I know his coaches are screaming, just hang on to the ball, man.
Call it a gain of 3, but not enough to move the sticks. It'll be 3rd and about a foot or 2. And it's Michel once again. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. That's good for 9 yards as they convert on the 3rd down play. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Play action. It's Stidham. He finds Dorsett. It's complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 17 yards there for the Patriots as they've got themselves a first down.
18 games. Here we go. Switch it. Come on, switch it. Jam.
Off the draw, here's Michel. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. That'll wind up going for a loss of 4. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 14.
Check, 47. Check. Smooth.
47's the mic. 47's the
Now Stidham on 2nd down. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Sacked back at the 31. Alex Anzalone. The blitz works to perfection as he gets in there to dump him for a loss of 8. Needs something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Here's Stidham, and that is incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
So he missed that field goal earlier, but he says not this time. Able to knock it through, give his guys 3.
I like his poise. I like his confidence, his belief in himself. Sometimes when you miss that first one, you'll see a lot of guys sag and they can't make the next one. Not in this case. He stepped right up like a pro.
And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the...
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by J.C. Jackson.
Well, NFL quarterbacks have learned the hard way. You're not going to get rich throwing against this guy. He's definitely too good. And this is now his 2nd interception of the ball game. And if I'm running the offense, I've got to tell my guys, you've got to go work on the other corner.
Watch out, watch out.
After the interception, here's Stidham. Looking for Harry. He airs it out deep. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Justin Lane. Well, they needed a break. They needed to make a play here in the 3rd quarter. Defensively, they did that. Now they got to go quickly and get some points on the board.
And the best part is that they made their own break. Taking the ball away. Now they just look at their offense and saying, guys,
let's go.
Come on, capitalize on this one.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Out of the shotgun, they'll run with counter. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. 2nd and 11. Going deep to the end zone for Juju. Back of the end zone, could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
You better be afraid of me. Under 10. 25. Check 25. Check.
Looking to throw. King. There goes a deep ball. End zone. And caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. In for the score. And the Steelers capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. Chris Boswell now for the extra point. He's got it, and that makes our score 24-7. I guess the last score wasn't enough for them. They want more. Here comes an onside kick. Oh, I think they got it. Yes, the Steelers have it. Well, I guess they felt like they needed something to get them going. Maybe you wait for this type of a play, but they try the onside kick, and it works.
I'm starting to wonder if the analytics coach is starting to get involved in the football nowadays. When you see this type of play made, this type of a risk taken, sometimes there's a different influence that's going into the head coach's ear.
Man, move it. You got to get that.
Hey, box drop.
54.
Get it.
On 1st and 10, Costello. Open man completes it to Smith-Schuster. It's a big play there for the Steelers. 49 yards. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll try to run it. This is Conner. And he's in. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Steelers are able to cut into that deficit. Extra point put through by Boswell. And the lead down to 10, 24-14. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown.
The Patriots take over 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. They had that first half lead, but they have been shut down here in this third quarter, so time to retool a bit.
And probably need to tap into that emotional vein that gets them back to really playing hard and effectively. Because a lot of times we think it's just play calls and this isn't working and it's shutting them down. Sometimes when you get a lead, you lose your edge. You don't play quite as hard. That's what they're looking for here.
Try to get that edge back as they've watched this lead shrink a little. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Patriot first down. And third quarter here, you've got the lead. This is where that strong run game can really benefit you. Stayed in bounds there, kept the clock going.
I like all the points you just made there. And if you throw the football and it's incomplete, now you've stopped the clock and you've helped out the guys on the other side of the ball. So keep it in the hands of those runners. Keep moving it. Keep grinding clock.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Well, it's easy to see when we review this that the ball needs to come out quicker, because if you don't throw it right on the break, you bring a crowd of people into the equation.
And that's why it got knocked away there. On second down now, Michelle. And this time he's going backwards. So after the no gain on the last attempt, here they get him behind the line.
Ready? 10-2 stop.
Out of the gun, Stidham. Got his man, that's Harry. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 36.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
They'll run with a former member of the Crimson Tide, Damian Harris. And he won't get much. Maybe a couple. Down inside the 35 to the 34.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
One quarter remains until we crown the AFC champion. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Ready. 60 or.
Take four.
Ready.
On second down, Michelle. 4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave them with a third and about 4 more for first.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
Stidham. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Monte Nicholson picks it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
The Steelers take over first and 10.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
It's second and 8. Here we go. At the 13-yard line.
Get it.
To throw on second down, Costello, and that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. And he's going to come up well short as they rally up to stop him at about the 16. 3 yards won't be enough here as that'll bring up 4th down.
We often talk of situational football. Let's just call it team football. The defense did their job, got off the field, brought the punting situation, so they're turning the ball back over to their offense. You think those guys will get along very well right now? Of course they will. Defense helped the offense. Now it's their turn to take it downfield.
And he's going to get the first down as they bring him down at the 23. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down. Throwing on first down. Costello. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And now here is another interception. Picked up by Carl Joseph. And they will set up shop at their own 46-yard line. Well, that puts a little bit of a wrinkle in their comeback bid.
Yeah, everything had turned around for them, hadn't it? I mean, things were now going their way. But you did mention it's a wrinkle in their comeback bid. It's not the death knell for them by any stretch, but now they've got some extra work to do in order to climb all the way back.
A running play here on first down is going to go nowhere as he is tackled behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Again, it's Michelle. And give him about 5 as he gets this up to the 48-yard line. The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? Just give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking.
Here's Stidham to throw. And that will be incomplete. Critical play in this football game because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
And this one sails out of bounds. I think it'll be inside the 25. It will. 24-yard line is where they'll spot it. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They start the drive with counter. And a loose football. And it's picked up by the Patriots. And he's going to get this one to the 23-yard line.
Brandon, I don't want to violate any of our broadcasting rules by declaring a game over before it's over. But that one, that puts them in real jeopardy there.
Absolutely. It was a two-possession game. It is a two-possession game at this stage in the fourth. They needed points out of that drive.
And obviously now, no chance at all to get those points that they so desperately needed.
A nice pickup of 14, and it moves the stick, sets up a 1st and goal. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's in. Touchdown, Patriots. Sony Michel saving his best for the playoffs with his 3rd touchdown of the game. And the Pats take advantage of field position on the turnover to cash this one in. Fairbairn good with the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
You know, they're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up. Back to throw. Costello. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. Defensively, you look at the numbers. Another incomplete pass that we just saw, and they're under 200 yards passing for the game, so they've done their job on that side of the ball.
Yeah, recently I was actually working a game where a quarterback had a streak of 5 straight games without a 200-yard game, and that was a big talk both in his town and amongst his team. How do we get the passing game going? So big credit to them, holding them under 200 today.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. Under pressure here, and down he goes. Sacked back at about the 43-yard line. Derek Barnett, what a play by him. That's going to go as a loss of 13. Looking to throw. Costello. That's complete to his running back, Connor. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw, and a good one.
Back to throw. Costello. This is Johnson. He's got it. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Patriots' 27-yard line.
60 Pittsburgh.
On first down, Costello. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure. The backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
Off play action. Costello nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Derek Barnett picks up his second sack of the afternoon. Throwing on third and long. Costello. And a throw there going to be incomplete. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
On fourth down, Costello. And it is incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and that may put a period on this AFC Championship game. From the 32 now, here's first and 10. They begin with Michel on the ground, and maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. And he'll slip his way up across the 30 to the 32. The Steelers signal for the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 14 seconds to go in the game. On third down, Michel. And he'll get this only to about the 38 as they stop him a few yards shy of the line to gain. And with just inside of 10 seconds to go, they'll burn their final timeout. 9 seconds left. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. That's fielded at the 8-yard line. And he'll be out of bounds up past the 10-yard line. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before we hit triple zeros.
And let's pin the mirrors. Hey, team 6. Team 6. 54's Mike. Check. Get it.
One final shot. They'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete as time has run out on this football game. Really a great season. Not a whole lot to hang their head about.
Not at all. And, you know, the winning side, they're so ecstatic. They're going to the Super Bowl. But for the guys that we're talking about, they've got to figure out how it's going to go next year. Are they going to be motivated by this loss? Or will this loss linger and really make them, make it tough for them to come out of the gate strong next year? Only time will tell. But they've got to find a way to use this loss and use it as motivation.
And that does it for the conference championship. For Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And for our entire crew, we'll see you